your opinion, or what comes to your mind when I say these few words? When I say leadership, what does that mean to Mr. Wolf?
Well, it's one of the most important words in our management culture. Leadership is, if you really take it seriously, the only way to create successful teams, right? Because they need a leader, and a leader has to lead from the front, always. A leader has to be accessible. A leader has to be empathetic, yeah? Because we're all human beings, and we have ups and downs, and we have problems, and we have highs and lows. So it's very important that your leader understands and can sync with you. It's, again, not just about the turnover. It is about building teams that are effective in the market and carry the message that the company wants to convey effectively there. Yeah. So these are some leadership qualities that are super important.
And when I say the word culture, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, so leadership is part of that culture that every company should have. And the type of leaders a culture creates define the culture, if you want. Yeah, so we have, above all, a culture that is very, very people-orientated. Yeah, so from day one, people have been the most important component in our success and continue to be so. That's not going to change, not with digitalization, not with AI or whatever comes our way. So in our business, people are everything. So we're very people-centric. And somebody said, I don't know who it was, said, if you want to be successful with your customers, make sure that your people are treated well. Yeah, so if you treat your people well, they will treat the customer well outside also. And I think this is also part of our culture.
Your current team of what, 1,000 plus or 900 plus?
950 odd, yes.
950
Direct
odd.
employees, and then we have a few hundred more who are working for us but are outsourced. So we have a pretty good idea what our team thinks about us.
Yeah?
Yes, and that is because we are participating, for instance, as one of the initiatives that we're doing. We're participating every year in the Great Place to Work initiative.
Okay.
So Great Place to Work is an organization that basically collects feedback from all the employees about a company anonymously. So nobody is, nobody's name is shown, and these employees have the opportunity to vent, if you want, their positive or negative feelings about the company, and that is then accumulated, and a ranking is given to you. So now we've done this for the last 3 years, and for the last 3 years we've been voted a great place to work.
All right.
With an increasing grade as well. So I think the last one was sort of 85 points or something out of 100. So that's a very high ranking, and it tells us, apart from the ranking, also specifically what our employees like about us and what they don't like about us.
Right.
Yeah, so that gives us very, very valuable insights.
I think that you don't change your stand or your behavior depending on the background of that person.
Not at all.
I think you're quite a fair man that way.
Yeah, so fairness is for me a very major driver in whatever happens. So I because emotions always come into it, negative, positive, whatever. But ultimately, I try to look at every situation really almost objectively as possible, and make a fair decision on the basis of the information that is available.
Don't you think your time in India has brought about some change in the way you think, or has there been any changes in you?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been 21 years, so that's a very long time. And don't forget, a lot of people don't know this, I'm married to an Indian.
I'm aware.
So I found love in India as well. not just a career and
How
success,
sweet.
but also love. And through her in particular, I've really understood the importance of family, because she has a very large family, and it was always clear to me from the beginning that I was also getting married to her family.
That's how it happens in India.
Absolutely.
Welcome to
yeah,
India.
Absolutely. And we have a great relationship with everybody in the family, and I'm really enjoying everybody's, love, affection, and everything else. So it's been tremendous, really tremendous. So, and that's shaped, I think, probably also a lot of my behavior towards my employees overall, and my understanding of how they are with their families, and going through ups and downs, as happens, as we all know, and that the personal aspect of their lives is very important for their performance.
Very true.
Yeah,
You
because
hit
if
the
they're burdened, if they go through a difficult time, of course, it will somehow have an impact on what they do in the company as well. So you cannot separate that. It's all sort of intricately combined, and you've got to have a little bit of a feeling for when that is going on. And even when I don't notice it myself, somebody will come and whisper in my ear and tell me what is going on, so that I can adjust accordingly. And
That's very thoughtful of you.
yeah, so that's something that doesn't happen in Germany, right? At all.
It doesn't? I wouldn't know.
No, not at all. You just come to work, you do your thing, you go home.
Very mechanical.
Yeah,
In a way.
it's just not, people don't open up in their private lives so much to other colleagues in the company, because they separate work and their private life more than it is the case here in India, where it's often, as I said, directly.
Yeah, we are very expressive.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody who's willing to listen,
Absolutely.
please listen.
So I learned all these things here, and
So it helps having an Indian spouse when it comes. But
Yes.
that experience helped you to understand the people here, and
absolutely, yes, I think so. Yeah, because and we met relatively early in 2004, so it's been a while now, 18 years. So she taught me a lot about family.
Okay.
And the importance of family, and that always comes first, right? And that is actually, I think the first thing I needed to understand as a German coming here was that family always comes first.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how important your job is, but when something happens with the family, forget it, I'm gone.
Right.
I have to attend to the family. And
That was your first learning.
it's my first learning, absolutely, because again, that doesn't happen in Germany. It doesn't happen in Europe, full stop. I mean, if somebody dies in the family, you get a day off for the funeral, and then you're back at work.
So, but here you know how many days by now?
Yeah, I mean, it was 3 weeks
10 days.
gone, and so, who are
16
these people,
days.
and it's just what it is. And you have to accept that.
Nobody will negotiate with them.
No, not at all. They rather
prefer to resign.
on the spot
Yeah,
and say, I'm not going to.
So you know that.
Yeah, absolutely. So took me a while to get my head around that, but eventually I did, and that applies to so many different situations. When somebody's sick,
I know.
there is no argument, right? You attend, and I'm the same now.
Now.
Yes, and I
So
wasn't
you
when I came here.
evolved as a human being while you were in India.
Yeah, well,
because
this is
This is evolving.
This is evolution, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I think I've become a better person. I've become a better man. And India has taught me a lot. There's no question about it. I owe India a lot in terms of not just the career and the success, but really also as an individual.